This is the Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Scraphook. You know, when I first saw this guy, I had pegged him for a fail. Definitely an epic fail, but I'm shocked that this figure looks great. Plastic quality is amazing. Aesthetic, sculpt, and design looks really, really good. He's got some really cool accessories. Colors are on point. The whole design of this figure really surprised me. It's looking good. So far, so good. Let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. So the figure stands at about 13.5 centimeters tall, or about 5.25 inches tall. For comparisons, here is Scraphook with a couple of other Junkions from the Studio Series 86 line. We've got Wreck-Gar and Junk Heap. Obviously, he's smaller. He's a deluxe class, and these two are Voyager class figures. I was kind of hoping they would make him a Voyager. Maybe he's one of those smaller Junkions. But the aesthetics, the design of the figure actually allow him to fit in with these two other Junkion figures. So it's okay, but I wish he would have been in a bigger scale. And for comparisons with other deluxe class figures, here we have the Mirage mold or Leadfoot figure. This is about standard size of a deluxe for the War for Cybertron trilogy and now the Generations line. So he's right there. He's basic, average size of a deluxe class figure. Obviously, the Impactor mold is much bigger, much like Ironhide and Ratchet, and that's a bigger deluxe. And here's a smaller deluxe. We've got Huffer. So he's an average sized deluxe class figure. The figure comes with a slew of accessories. He's got this tow hook, which has a removable hook. You can position the hook inwards or outwards. And he can have the hook on its own, or you can have him hold the hook if you wanted to. He's like Captain Hook, or I know what you did last summer. Okay, so that's pretty cool. You can put the weapons in either one of the 5mm ports, the MechTech ports, on the figure. So he's got two, this would appear to be blaster pistols that have gas canisters or something like that. Not entirely sure the kind of blasters these are. Kind of phaser looking pistols. Yeah, I like this hook a lot. He's got his standard spike wheel shield. In this regard, it's got some broken spikes. This is on purpose. These are not actually, it's not quality issue. This was really sculpted in as broken spikes, which is pretty cool since he's from a junkyard planet Junkion, and he's got these removable exhaust ports. They kind of look like pipes or exhaust ports of a hot rod. That's pretty interesting as well. So you can put them anywhere on the figure here on any of the ports as you deem fit. Articulation for the figure. The neck is on a swivel. There's a swivel on the waist. The arms, they can go up and down like this because it's on a hinge. Forward and backward, 360. You've got a bicep swivel. You've got a hinge elbow right here and another hinge right here. So kind of a double hinged elbow. But the first hinge, though, it does love to come off fairly easily. It's really the way it's been designed. There's no pin in it. It's a friction joint. The wrists are on swivels. The hips have hinges. Allow you to do the splits with the legs, forward and backward. There is no thigh swivel, but there is a knee swivel. There's a hinge on the knee as well. And the feet can go up and down on double joints and have the rocker tilt. Okay, you know what this means. We're going to talk about plastic quality. No complaints. I know, you're probably shocked. This is standard War for Cybertron trilogy type of plastic. The ones we got from the Siege line, Earthrise, and Kingdom figures. You can hear how solid that plastic is, and it's the same for this guy. Really, really solid plastic. I am shocked. After that mess we've had with Core Class Laserbeak and Armada Starscream. I did not have a lot of expectations for the plastic quality for this new Legacy Evolution line, but man, solid plastic on this figure. And that's kind of restored a lot of my faith in Hasbro, and I am just really expecting a lot from this new Legacy line, the Legacy Evolution. If they keep this up, you're not going to hear complaints from me about plastic quality, because these are very solid plastic. Well done, Hasbro. See, I'm not complaining. I don't complain all the time. Just the looseness of the hinge in terms of quality control, but other than that, the figure is spot on. Now the figure has another gimmick, and he's got the modular weaponizer gimmick. You can remove the arms fairly easily. You can remove the feet or the legs, lower legs, and that's about it. I don't know if you can remove other things, because there are no other, I don't see any other removable ports. So that's about it. So removable arms and legs and a torso. If you have other figures with some ports on them, you can actually put the removable limbs of Scraphook and like turn them into these mechanized, weaponized versions of themselves, so they can get into battle and just go crazy with these Junkion parts. I found it best to use it with the Impactor figure, because he's got a ton of these ports where you can just plug these limbs on. So transformation. Remove all the accessories from the figure. These are gonna stay right here, so you can plug them in right now. And then the fists, go ahead and rotate this way. The elbows, rotate them 90 degrees like this. The waist, rotate this way. And then you just pop the shoulders and unhook the torso just a little bit. You're gonna fold it out like this. Fold out these flaps, and the head is going to fold back like that. You wanna fold this bit right here. The feet, fold them up like this. Collapse, go ahead and combine them. There's a thin, small, teeny tiny peg right there. Just be careful with that. Man, I hope that thing doesn't get brittle over time, because that thing's gonna shear off if you leave this thing in alt mode for a few years and then you just decide to transform it back. Man, I can already see that shearing off, but okay. So rotate and fold like this. Now this empty space right here is for the weapons, the guns. Put that off and form the part of the engine block. Okay, now this is the tricky bit. Folding the arms back to form the rear part of the vehicle. So there's a thin slot right there. That's for this peg right here. So go ahead and tab that in, okay? And then you want to fold the arms, or the elbows, I guess, this way, this way, and then you fold the shoulders in, collapse that arm this way, but leave a little bit of a gap so you can do it on the other side. Go ahead and fold like this. Okay, fold and collapse. You can go ahead and fold the doors. Okay, snap that in, and there you go. There is Scraphook in his Junkion Mad Max type of vehicle. Rolls very nicely. Can add the tow hook or the towing hook at the back, and this one, you can plug it on the sides. It makes it look really badass on the side, but I'm not a big fan of asymmetry, so I'm gonna just plug it back here like a spare tire and have the hook dangled there, and there you go. I love that there's not a lot of glossy bits on this figure in alt mode. You can see some of the gray bits with the glossy finish to it. I love that. It gives it that premium feel, but I do love the matte paint, that beige type of finish that they put on it with the little bit of a salmon color right here. That's all like matte finish, nothing glossy. Gives it that really junkyard, scrapyard type of feel to it. For comparisons with other deluxe class figures, you have Huffer and Trax. So he's he's a decent sized deluxe class figure, even in alt mode. And here he is with fellow Junkion, Junk Heap, same mold as Wreck-Gar. Yeah, obviously they don't scale. He's like it's like a toy car compared to this big bike. And so some final thoughts on this Legacy Evolution Scraphook. This figure really surprised me. I love how he looks in both robot mode and alt mode. The design, the aesthetic, that old Junkion vibe he has in both modes is really, really nice. I was really blown away by the design and the look and feel of this figure. He's got this weird modular combination gimmick, which wasn't really that important to me. I think they could have done without it. It's a nice add-on, but a little bit unnecessary for this kind of figure. But he is a Junkion. I guess it comes with being a Junkion that you could swap the parts out and all that. So I totally get it. I love the colors of this figure. The matte finish of most of the colors combined with this glossy pearlesque type of gray plastic that they used for some of the limbs and the weapons really makes the figure pop. But most importantly, it's the quality of plastic that they used for this figure that really made this figure for me. I'm so happy they've gone back to the quality standards of plastic that they've used for the War for Cybertron trilogy figures. If this is a sign of things to come for that Legacy Evolution line in 2023, I mean, bring it on, Hasbro. My faith has been restored, a little bit restored in you guys. This figure is going to get a 9 out of 10. The only reason it's not a perfect score is because I honestly feel this could have been a Voyager class figure so that he could fit better with the other Junkions we have from the Studio Series 86 line. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this new Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Junkion Scraphook. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the very end of the video. I thought I'd show him off riding a fellow Junkion. In this case, he's riding Junk Heap. He actually is a good fit for the bike mode of the Studio Series 86 Junk Heap or Wreck-Gar mold. It's like a perfect scale to ride in alt mode for the Junkions. Now I kind of get it why they made him a deluxe class figure. This is probably one of the main reasons why they put him in a smaller scale. He looks really cool on the Junkion bike.